Hey guys, and welcome to another Lost Ark video. In this video I'm gonna talk about my way to progress for an A/EU release. I'm gonna play on EU if that matters to someone, but of course this can just be transferred to NA as well, since we're gonna both get the same release and nothing is going to be different there. Well, before we're gonna start, I just wanted to mention that I'm aware of two things. Of course, some people don't gonna play as much as I gonna do, but this is totally fine. So if you're gonna watch this video and you just wanna have some tips what you could do, at what stage of progress you are, and maybe get some tips on the side, just feel free to still watch it. Of course, your progress is going to be slower since you're just not gonna spend that much time. But at the bigger thing, you're gonna do the same stuff just a bit later. You're gonna reach endgame with all that stuff. So don't worry about that. And you can just really do what I'm gonna do. And the second thing is, of course, not everyone always likes to do what I'm doing, since I try to like be really efficient. This comes with sometimes you're gonna do events that you don't really feel comfortable doing it because it's just like lazy and you need to run a lot and whatever. It is going to be time efficient and it's going to be worth it for the materials. But if you just don't straight up like to do something, it is a game, you want to have fun, and here again, you're gonna come to end game if you do like some stuff, but if something is in this video you don't gonna like to do, just don't do it. It is fine, right? Also, like, I'm just a normal player as you guys as well. I just have probably a bit more experience than the most people watching this video. Not as everyone, of course, but some people are new to the game, and of course I'm gonna have uh, more of a plan what I'm doing because I played this game for longer already in Russia and a bit in Korea. So, with that being said, we're gonna start where everyone is going to start, in the level phase. For me, there's a special thing. I'm gonna level in groups, so things are going to be a bit faster since some quests are sharing the progress. There is a lot of solo events in case someone levels in a group as well. I'm gonna use that time if someone is slacking a bit behind. I'm just gonna do stuff for the adventure book, as an example here. On Papunica, you can see where you can do stuff for your adventure book, so I'm gonna kill these elite monsters and whatnot. I'm gonna have a guide about everything as well. I'm talking on the video. As for the moment we're gonna release the video, there's not that many guides, but after this video is released, we're gonna put out a guide every single day. We're gonna start with the level phase, of course, and then gear progression and whatnot. So I'm not gonna go into big details here, but I'm just gonna talk about everything. And if you care about something specific because you don't understand it, you can just watch the guide that is related to that content. So yeah, we're gonna make it as a group. So this is what I'm doing. If someone is like a bit behind in a solo scenario, which is probably mostly gonna be me since I'm gonna play Warlord, and the other people are gonna play like pure damage classes. Warlord's a bit slower at the beginning, but it is whatever, it is fine. But yeah, if someone slacks around, we're just gonna kill monsters, and that's how we're gonna do that. So if someone wants to be efficient and he plays in a group, you can do the same thing, since if you do it now, you don't have to do it later, right? And yeah, so what we're gonna do for the level phase is really simple. We're gonna follow the orange quest line, which is the main quest. We're gonna do everything until we come to East Lutheran. Then we get a blue quest line, and we're gonna do that. This is going to be our new main quest line. Basically, it's going to be blue world quest. You have to say to Tortag, do that stuff. You have to go to Enik, do that stuff. You have to go to Arfetine, do that stuff. With the current statement of what they said, it is now possible to only do main quests, and you're gonna be level 50 for your North Burn, because you need to be level 50 here. And if you don't gonna reach level 50, in case something is not calculated right, you're just gonna do some side quests in Arfetine. But with the new way, it should be possible to just do only main story quests, and you're gonna be 50 when you need it, and it's fine. Well, of course, that's gonna make the progress a bit faster, since it was like around half an hour that you was wasting here on side quests. If things go wrong, you can always come back to the side quests, but I predict on that they know what they're talking about, so we probably just have to do the main quests. During the level phase, and again, I not go into details here, but during the level phase, we're gonna reach border, I think, If we press J then for our quest log, we're gonna have a side quest, a guide quest for pets. Actually, I have it on this character, which is beautiful. For this quest, you just have to go again to Leonhardt, like you're just gonna accept it. And then you go to Leonhardt, you do the stuff here on this NPC. It's going to take like, 5 minutes or so. And you get a pet. It is auto-looting, so it's gonna save your time, even if you lose some minutes, because pets are auto-looting. So you don't have to travel back to loot something. It makes everything automatically, so you can just run a lot more without staying somewhere and spamming G for picking up stuff. So yeah, this is definitely gonna save you time, so I would recommend doing it. And then in Lutheran, as soon we're gonna reach this, we're still gonna do the other areas, and at some point, I think it is in Manwave Harbor, you come back to Lutheran, and Cillian, the king over here, gonna have a purple quest for you where you get skill points. The skill points are account based, so you have to do it only once per, like, on one character, and you have it for all your other following characters. So since we go back to Lutheran Castle anyways, and it gives us 3 skill points, and we're gonna get them directly as soon as we do the quest, I'm gonna do it directly. The quest sends you a bit around and wants you to talk with a lot of NPCs. It's gonna take roughly around 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, it's gonna take more time to level up then, but it is definitely worth it. The skill points are also gonna make you a bit faster, but at the end, at some point you want to do it anyway, so why not do it now and get the profit as early as you can. Also for this quest, since he's going to send you in a lot of regions and whatnot, I don't even remember where, but make sure to always pick up your, well, I don't see my waypoints here because I'm in another continent, but make sure to always pick up your waypoints everywhere. You should do that anyways, since mostly the quest wants you to come back to a certain region. So just do that and try always to do it, right? So with that being said, we go to Torteig, do all the quests there, and then we come to Enhik, and we're gonna reach this town. So in this middle of the town, there's another skill point quest. So again, we do the story quest. I actually don't know at what point this skill point quest spawns, but it's actually not this one, sorry. It is like a quest somewhere over here. It's like a yellow chain quest. You're gonna do that. I think it's also more at the end, so when you are in the later zone of Anik, the NPC can give you the quest. I don't really remember it anymore, but I was always doing it when I was close to go to Arthurtine. So just come back, check if there is a quest. Also for the quest, to see the exact location, because I don't really remember it, on Perpunica there's also a site where it's for skill points, and it shows you both quests I just mentioned, the Lutheran Castle quest and this one. So I'm gonna do both on the level phase because we have to do it anyways. Then you go to Arthurtine, you do all the main quests, this should work. If you see that you're not 49.5, just do some side quests until you are. And then we have the quest to sail over to North Bern. We have to like go to a ship first, which is somewhere located over here. Don't really remember it exactly, but there is, like, while I'm sailing over there, since I have to make this road anyways, there's this island, the Seagull Island. And what I'm gonna do over there, it is an island that gives you a lot of materials. You just have to talk to NPCs, and it gives you a lot of materials to upgrade your gear. Again, we're gonna have guides on how to upgrade your gear if someone doesn't know, but just for now, without any knowledge, it just gives you a bunch of materials. You're gonna upgrade your gear score a lot by it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sail past it. I'm gonna go on the map and I set my Bifrost over there. Bifrost is teleportation you can set. I think it is standard that you have 2, and you can get a cert with enough legion levels, or this one and you can get a second with enough legion. Legacy, not legion. With enough legacy levels. On our release it's going to call rooster levels, if I'm right. So they renamed it for whatever reason, but that's what it is, right? But yeah, you're gonna have one port anyways, so I'm just gonna set it here, and then we're gonna go to North Bern. If you do the North Bern stuff in Bern Castle, you're gonna be able to do Chaos Dungeons. And then it is really depending if I'm Well, no. It is not really depending if I'm close to the reset or not. Since what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the both chaos dungeons. And I'm gonna set my main port over here on I don't know. Ah, there. I'm blind. Okay, so I'm gonna set my main port over here. My main port is not my Bitfrost port. So we can just port once over here and once to this island where we were setting the Bitfrost. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my 2 chaos dungeons. If I get all my gear, like my head, my shoulder, my chest, my weapon, my gloves, and my um, pants. If I get all in one chaos dungeon, it's good enough, right? So we're gonna stop there, and we're not gonna do the second chaos dungeon right away. Although if we're gonna miss it, and which is mostly the case, like 99% of the time you have to do 2 chaos dungeons to get your full set, we're gonna do the second one, and then we should have everything. And once we have done that, I'm gonna port back to the Seagull Island over here. I'm gonna do the quest there. It is just going to be talk with NPCs, so nothing really hard. It's gonna take you like, what, 5 to 10 minutes. And then we cannot click the map over on the Seagull Island, so I cannot show you that map. But it is like a big circle, so you're gonna stay at the end like really far away from the exit. We're just gonna port back to North Burn. And then we go to the upgrade dude, which is over here. And we're gonna upgrade our gear because we get a lot of materials there. We got some materials from the Chaos Dungeon. And we can push us at least to 320 gear score already. Maybe you can come to 330, 340. 340 would be perfect, but I doubt so we're gonna get that. With those materials alone. I have actually a guide as well. I can show that real quick. And I have a video just talking about that. So this is for the island rewards, got created by Rai. It's not my work. I just copy pasted it so I can edit it. So I can like note down on what island I was. So Dreamghoul Island is the Seagull Island. It's just like get called different on Russia. So you have to go to Dreamghoul Island. And as you can see, it gives you enhanced materials. So this is the materials to upgrade your gear. There's other islands. So you want to do mostly all of them. There's 3 of them that gives you a lot of materials. Some of them doesn't give you that much. But you're going to do them anyways. And you're always going to do that with your main. So it doesn't really matter if you know what is giving you the most. But you have to do it anyway. So you're going to sail over there. So you're going to do some more. And you're going to reach 340 with that. But before we're gonna do the other islands, the main reason why I gonna do the Seagull Island is just to upgrade my gear a little bit. And I gonna make my weapon the most, so I can push my weapon if I have the Seagull Island to 340. The weapon just because I gonna do more damage, and then I gonna push the rest of my gear to 340. So what I gonna do then is I gonna finish Burn, and I gonna finish Shureshire. You need to finish Burn, and then you get a quest to make an icebreaker ship. I don't know what the name is on our release. It's something also with ice or frost or whatever, and breaker. But yeah, you need to have that ship to sail to Shureshire, and I'm gonna do the world story quest there as well, since we have to do that. And the reason why I do the Chaos Dungeons and the Seagull Island first is basically we're just gonna come faster through it. You're gonna have again a lot of scenarios where you have to fight little boss monsters. So if you have more gear, just the world progress goes faster. And after that, I'm basically done with this character. So I'm gonna go back to my island list. I'm gonna do all the islands that I wanna do. Again, I have a more specific guide on that. So you can see what is worth it and what not. And that's basically it for the part. I also forgot something to say because we level in a group, and maybe it's going to be the case for some of you as well. Actually, adventure books give you also sometimes skill points. It is actually over here in East Lutheran. So again, whenever we want to do something in group and someone is slacking behind, I'm gonna do stuff mainly for this area over here, since we get skill points from here. We also get it somewhere else, but you can always like check it, like you're always gonna see the rewards. And I'm just gonna focus on getting the skill points first. At some point, we're gonna make them 100%, since also for the Seeker marks, you get at some point for 6 Seeker marks, if I remember correctly. You get 6 skill points, which is also awesome. But like getting this to 100% is going to take really, really long. So what I'm gonna focus on is the skill points. You also get a mount if you care about that. And yeah, that's basically it for that. So after we are also like after we are 50 already, and I'm gonna do progress in North Burn and Shureshire, there is going to be events that are coming up sometimes, like island events and whatnot. If there is something where I could get materials, I'm gonna um, stop doing what I'm doing and I'm gonna do the events. Also on our Discord and our guild Discord, I don't know if we have a channel, but I'm gonna recommend that to our guild leader. We're gonna have a channel if there is a wandering merchant, because wandering merchants you can also buy certain stuff like cards for your passive points, like not passive points, but like your passive strength that you can get, like you can get more crit and stuff like that. And some stuff for the adventure books. If there's a wandering merchant, we hopefully gonna have a channel where people gonna send that. If there's a wandering merchant somewhere, I go to the wandering merchant first. I gonna buy his stuff. It just costs you always silver, so nothing really special. So I gonna get that stuff and then I go back to the story. So the level phase roughly gonna take us around 10 to 12 hours. The stuff with North Burn and Cheshire, and the island, it's probably going to be another 3 hours, I would say. I'm gonna stream 24-hour on the first day I'm playing. This is of course if nothing is bugging around, if nothing is lagging. Well, I have the founder pack, so not that many people are playing, so I assume the servers are going to be fine. Also on the release, Amazon has a lot of servers. It was fine in Russia, of course, there was not that many players. We have to see, but things can happen, so just be aware of that. But other than this, I think the world progress here is going to take roughly around 15 to 16 hours, maybe. Also depending a bit if the main story quest thingy here is working and whatnot. And of course, we're gonna do the side stuff as well. That soon we see, okay, there's like a field boss I wanna get for the adventure book and stuff like that. I always gonna stop doing what I'm doing, because the only thing we really care about is that we get, before the reset, the 2 Guardian raids done and the Chaos Dungeons. Because we have the islands, we're gonna push us directly to the 2nd Guardian raid, and we're gonna push us also to the 2nd Chaos Dungeon, but we have done the Chaos Dungeon already because we wanted our gear directly. So for the Guardian raids, we're gonna do Oronil and Luminous is the second one. Sorry, I always switch them around. But yeah, we're gonna do Oronil and Luminous. I also have guides for that, if someone doesn't know how to fight them. If we reach 340, which is the plan, we can do the Void Dungeons as well. So we can technically nearly do everything on the first day. And after that, Void Dungeons are weekly capped, Guardian Raids and Chaos Dungeons are daily capped. So after that, I have done all of this. I just gonna log into my main character per day and per week, well, per day basically, for the Chaos Dungeons and the Guardian Raids. I just gonna, like after I also done all the island quests and whatever, I just gonna log into my character to do Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, and whenever there is an event, I just gonna set up a timer on my phone. I think you can even do this nowadays in game to like set up a timer so you get a notification. You can also do that on the PC. There are like websites you can just say like, stop my time 50 minutes or so, give me a notification like a sound or window that pops up, whatever. So if there an event is coming that I care about, or like a field boss or whatever, we want to do that, I'm just gonna set myself a timer so I can be there before it actually starts. You can also sail with your main directly in front of an island if you know it pops up, and then you just have to go in like 1 minute before the island pops up. You're gonna wait a bit, you're gonna trash talk with your guild members or whatever, you're just gonna come to my stream and say, Smello, you are a noob, and then the island will spawn, and you can just do that and you go back to your 2nd character, because that's what I'm gonna do after I reach my main. You don't need a 2nd character in tier 1. You're gonna progress fast enough in tier 1 if you just have 1 character. So for people that don't really want to do that, You don't have to, again, right? Like, you have to do nothing that I'm doing. But since I want to be as effective as possible, I gonna do my second character hopefully on the second day. Maybe like later on the second day as well, because I still have probably to finish stuff on my main. I have to see that, right? If things happens, right? And I gonna level this up a second character. For me, it's going to be a Berserker, because I wanna play Berserker in PvP. I am good with Warlord in PvP. I just don't like the playstyle. But that's another story, right? It's nothing for this guide. So I gonna level up the same progress again. I probably gonna level up with a maid as well. We're gonna have more legacy levels, and we're gonna have some more skill points. So we're gonna be stronger at the beginning. For those who don't know, I actually didn't mention that legacy levels always gives you some points, and they are account wide. So like, you're gonna have a bit more strength and dexterity and intelligence depending on what class you play, and more HP. So your characters are going to be a bit stronger. And for the adventure book, you're gonna need your dungeons, once in normal and one is in hard mode. So for the first character, I just gonna do all the dungeons in normal. And we're gonna skip a lot of the monsters and stuff like that, just rushing to the bosses. How to do that exactly, another guide. But with the second character, I actually gonna do them in the hardcore mode. They are not really a lot harder, just a little bit, but we also a little bit stronger. So we waste a little bit less time, right? So I just gonna level up with someone else together, probably. Maybe someone that levels like supporter. Like, even in the early game, it's just nice to play with one. Probably like with a crusader or so. I guess it like fits really good. But you can of course do this solo as well. It's not really hard. It's just like about how much time you spend in the dungeon more, right? It's going to be like maybe 1 minute more or whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna do all this stuff in hard mode in order to like get more completion for adventure books, to get more stuff here, of course, right? And just to make as much progress as we can while we are still leveling and doing something worthwhile. And as soon my character is also level 50, because we're just gonna follow the same route, we cannot do the Seagull Island. At least on the beta we was not able. Like, the second character didn't got the materials anymore. I still gonna sail over here. I just gonna accept the first quest. I gonna open my inventory. I'm not gonna check if I get materials. If it is going to be the same as in the beta, we cannot. Maybe it's changing. I don't even know exactly how it is in Russia, since I was not really caring that much about islands. I just tested some in order to make guides nowadays, but only with one character. And so I just gonna like, we're gonna sail past this anyways. So I just gonna like try it out. If it doesn't give materials, the other islands also doesn't give us materials, so we don't really bother with it at all. Of course, if it would, it is a good boost, so we're gonna do the islands on the second chart as well, because if he's higher, he can generate more materials. And the reason why we're gonna have this second character at all is basically just more chaos dungeons per day, more guardian raids per day, later on more void dungeons per day. For the void dungeons, we don't know exactly if we get these 3 void dungeons per week, but no gold, still resources, but no gold, or we get the 1 void dungeon per day but gold. So in Korea they changed it again to 1 dungeon per day but gold. In Russia there's still 3 dungeons but no gold. So we have to see that, right? But like, rather than this, we care about the garden raids and the chaos dungeons. So we're just gonna like make passively more materials, and we're gonna tunnel this all to our main. Also, there's a second thing. I don't do any where is it? Any tower stages on my main account. The reason for that is, if you do the tower the first time, it's like solo based instances. So you have stage 1, kill 10 monsters. You have stage 2, kill a bit more monsters, they are a bit stronger. So it always goes up in progress, so it always gets stronger. And if you completed stage 1, you're always gonna start on stage 2, right? So you don't have to like overgear yourself a lot and then try to make stage 1 to 50, which is the maximum, in one round. You can do as much as you can, stop it, and then come later again if you like upgraded your gear, or if you watch the guide. Like, some stages are actually a bit difficult and you need to know what to do. There's like one stage that silences you and you cannot do any cards, so you have to use like fire bombs for the boss, and always need to hit them, so you need to keep calm and just throw them at him and you will kill him. If you don't know that, of course, you're just gonna be there and you're gonna be like, yo, why can I not attack? And you're just gonna die. But with that being said, right, we're just gonna do this with our second character, because the first reward is always account bound. So like skill points, stat points, charisma, intellect, and whatever you need to do to have to talk to the NPCs. So you're just gonna get side stuff. So I'm not doing that with my main, since I can do it with my other character and I get it for the account. On the other side, the second time you complete them, you get materials. So if someone of you is smart, you actually probably know already why I do it after that on my main, because you get materials that are bound to him. So I just want to have more materials for my main because I want to equip him as fast as possible. And that's the whole thing about that. But other than this, it is just going to be, after all of this, it's going to be do your daily stuff. So your daily stuff is Chaos Dungeon, Guardian Raids, the affinity system, so you can, but this is account-wide the affinity system. You can talk with 5 NPCs, so you can make 5 emotes and 5 songs normally, if I'm not wrong on that. It could be like also 6 or 7 songs, I don't really know. But you want to do that in order to get them friendly, to get their rewards, and again for the adventure book. So after this, like after you have made all the stuff that I just mentioned, right, you're just gonna do your daily stuff, your weekly stuff per character, and the events that are popping up. So always do the events on your main, because it just gives you the resources then on him, and you care about that on your main, right? And yeah, other than this, do these things, maybe do stuff for the adventure book. At this point, you are completely free in what you want to do. You can do more side quests if you want. You can run around and do something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can try to go and search all the Makoko seeds if you have no life. It really depends on what you want to do. But yeah, from this point on, it's just like side stuff, your void dungeons and whatnot. And the thing is, in tier 1 content, there's basically not that much diversity. That will get better later in the game once we get, well, tier 2 is already a bit more, and then later on tier 3. But yeah, so that's why I also use this time to level up more alts. I'm gonna level up after my second or the third one, a fourth one, a fifth one, and a sixth one. I don't need any of those, but I just want to have it since I'm gonna play a lot. So I need to create content, especially as a streamer. People want to see something. They don't want to see you staying in the town. I'm gonna do PvP when there's the PvP events. I only gonna start it as soon we have a season, which I don't believe that we're gonna have that at the start, but maybe like 1 or 2 weeks later. Or at least like not on the founder package run, so they're gonna wait probably for everyone to come into the game, and then maybe 1 more week or so. But because you just get more tokens, so you're gonna get more for the time. Because also in PvP, you can get tokens, you can buy upgrade materials for your main again. So I just want to push him as fast as possible, but nothing of this is needed. Like, you're gonna reach all the end bosses in time, even if you only play like, what, 2 hours a day, even less, I think. Again, this is also, of course, depending on when they're gonna give us tier 2 content, but I estimate like in around 2 or 3 months, and with that amount of time, you're gonna have by far enough time if you just always do your daily Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids, and stuff like that. And when you have some free time, do some islands and whatever that you are missing on your list. Maybe once a week, if you work a lot, like one of the events that gives you materials, and you will easily reach that. You don't have to worry about it. Tier 1 is not that time consuming. Later on, it will be a bit more, but it's just like more about if you play less, you're just gonna play a bit more efficient, and it's gonna help you out as well. Although I would recommend, if you have a bit time, to also make like 2 more alts. Not because you need them right now, but later for tier 3 you want to have them. And if you like search something to do in tier 1, you can just do that and have some preparation. I even gonna make more accounts if it is going to be allowed from Amazon, but again, that's not a thing that you need. I just want to have like more mains that I play. So the more mains you want to play in tier 3, the more characters you need to have, right? And because of that, I just gonna make more accounts if it is allowed. In Japan, people got banned if they had another account and was tunneling the resources in their main account. So I gotta make sure that I do nothing that's not allowed. Other than this, you can play on other servers on the same account and give gold to your main account over the auction house. Again, I'm also not really sure if that is allowed in Korea. A lot of people are doing it. They don't get banned. A friend of mine is doing it, like streamers are doing it. So I guess we're pretty safe on that method at least. Well, if they just gonna be strictly like, okay, no, we don't want that, I'm not gonna do that, of course not. I'm gonna find other ways how I can spend my time. Maybe I'm just gonna do more PvP then. But the thing is, like, I play 12 hours a day or more. So of course the game doesn't need to be for people like me. It needs to be for the casuals. So the casuals that have a job, have a family and whatever, and they want to reach the end game as well, of course, before there's new end game. So it need to be based around that, and as long as this is happening, I'm happy with it. And that's it. Like, I gonna find the way how I can spend my time, right? Maybe I just gotta do more guides for you guys or whatever. And yeah, with that being said, the video is over now. I gonna do from now on nearly every day a guide. So we're gonna pump up a lot of content. Also, when Lost Ark launches, I gonna do, hopefully, because like some stuff in real life from me are not really clear, but hopefully we're gonna do a 30-day stream marathon. But that's something else. So just join in my stream. You can see me doing everything in my life there. I'm gonna straight up stream 30 days. So I gonna have someone that helps me with YouTube, so we're still gonna make a lot of guides. Of course, it's a bit harder when I'm always live streaming. So I have to train him a bit now and show him how I want to do my videos, and then we can also deliver a lot of content on YouTube all the time. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching. I hope this, like, my way is helping you guys out to get a bit of an opinion on what you could do, what is worth it. I just want to mention again, right? Maybe I forgot something. Maybe I don't do something that is even worth a lot more. So also make sure to watch out for YouTube content from other YouTubers, or ask other streamers like Kanima, Saint One, Andy Mate, Stoops, all the streamers, right? I could like say like 1 billion names. It's just gonna confuse you. But just a little shout out to all the other streamers and YouTubers for Lost Ark. You guys are also awesome. And everyone just wants to do the best. So you guys gonna have the best experience in the world. And so for that, I just gonna give them a shout out as well. And that content is awesome. And they also know a lot about the game, even more than I do. I'm just a small fish. And yeah. So maybe someone of them has also like some more additional tips for you. This is my way. It sounds like a song, but this is the way that I do, and I hope it helped you guys out, and thanks for watching. See you the next time. Bye bye.